Hello everybody, and let's get ready for this sequence where based on the leather barrel we also use the chair. So let's get started with this intermediate level sequence full of stretch and strength. So we start with lateral flexion. My bottom foot is on the last rung and I'm going to exhale to side bend. Inhale, creating a long line, and then exhale, reaching my upper torso toward my top leg. And I try to keep my torso into a nice coronal plane, trying to open my collarbones. So activation of the obliques here to laterally flex the spine. Exhale. So keeping both legs fully connected, knees are extended, and ankle of my top leg is plantar flex. Good. Now I am going to create a rotation, trying to bring my shoulders toward the barrel. And now I'm going to rotate toward the opposite side. So I'm flexing one knee, trying to rotate deep. And we are now continuing with the opposite side. So I'm going to adjust and align my body, same as before, creating a long line. So inhale to long line and exhale to side bend. So try really to align your hips, making sure they are squared. Also your shoulders are squared. Inhale to a long line, keeping your shoulders deep rest, and exhale, side bend. So the cervical spine should follow the line of the thoracic spine as you create long line, but also as you laterally flex. So the movement is coming from the spine. The stabilization is on the pelvis, on the bottom part of the body. And now I'm ready to rotate now toward the barrel, allowing to flex my upper spine. And now I de-rotate toward the opposite side. I just adjust my top leg as I do that. It's a feeling good stretch. So we've been already moving into lateral flexion, and now we are stretching into rotation. All right, now I'm going to sit down on the barrel facing the leather with my feet on the second top rung. Inhale, arms reaching up, exhale, round your back. Inhale, arms reaching up to the sky, exhale, rotate for one. Inhale, return to the center, exhale, rotate to the right, and breathe in to the center, and breathe out and repeat to the side. Inhale, center, exhale, rotate. The movement is from the midsection of the back, and we exhale to return, flexing forwards, and inhale, and lengthen back and stretch your hamstrings. This sequence is a mix of stretch and strength. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, lean. Inhale, cast a spell. Exhale, bring it in bend. And return to the center, exhale. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, lean. Inhale, cast a spell. Exhale, break back the stick in hand. Return to the rotation. And exhale, de-rotate. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, lean, and allow one knee to flex. Good. Keep breathing and return to the center, exhale. This is inhale. Exhale, you lean. Inhale, cast a spell. Exhale, bring it back in hand. Inhale to the side, exhale to the center. And again, in. and out. Keep a long, long spine, neutral spine as you do that. Return to the side and derotate center. Inhale, twist. Exhale, lean. Cast a spell. Bring it in hand. Side twist and center. Good. Now we lower the feet on the lower rung, just flexing one knee at a time. Feeling good, stretching a little bit the hamstrings, dorsiflexing the ankles. So let's put the stick down on the floor. And now we are going to create a nice sequence, like where we decompress the lumbar spine. Semicircle, exhale, articulating the spine to peel off. So pelvis is up into shoulder bridge. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, roll your spine down bone by bone, upper back to lower back. And the cervical spine following the movement of the spine. Exhale, peeling off, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, bringing the upper back and then the lower back to return to the starting position. And we repeat again. It's an exercise that is a little bit between semicircle and shoulder bridge. But here we are not moving the knees, notice, so it's more like shoulder bridge. And it's a great sequence to decompress the lumbar spine. So if you feel stiffness on your lower back, that is a great exercise. Making sure you articulate the spine vertebra by vertebra. Here I am into neutral alignment, and now I'm flexing, laterally flexing my spine into side bend, side to side, keeping my pelvis up into shoulder bridge, but just moving the upper spine. And then exhale, rolling down and moving myself now towards my upper torso. Now is hovering above the barrel. Good. And I am into a reversed cobra. So trying to stretch my spine and then returning to my shoulder bridge starting position. I am stepping out, but I am keeping one foot on the lower rung and second foot on the top rung, second top rung here to rotate my spine. Now I'm working into rotation, elongating my spine, energy on the top of the head as you do that. And now we switch to the opposite side. So adjust the upper foot, can be on the top rung, can be, on the second top rung or on the third top rung, depending on your flexibility. So trying to open the collarbones here as you rotate. All right. So now we are going to face the barrel and starting for a ballet stretch sequence. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, flexing forward for a good hamstring stretch. Breathing, inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, and shifting the pelvis toward the barrel, extending my upper spine, giving a good stretch on my shoulders as I do that also, not only on my hips and on my hamstrings. And now we are rotating, facing the camera for a side stretch. Pulse, eventually 2, 3, 4, 5, and then roll up. Now again, we swivel and we can eventually place the bottom foot on the last rung, especially if your left hip is not that flexible. You can place the foot on the floor or on the rung. Now I'm going to create a good quadriceps stretch here, making sure you are flexing the right knee into not more than, not too much actually. And now we switch to opposite leg, opposite side, inhaling, arms, so left arm is up, and exhaling to flex forward, holding the pose, breathing, just breathing. And then you roll up and you inhale, and you are holding around, lifting your heel and split toward the barrel and flexing the left knee slightly. And swivel now to lateral flex. So we prepare for lateral flexion now, and we exhale to stretch, opening the diaphragm, and we pulse 3, 4, and 5. We come up, we lift the left heel up, we swivel, place the foot on the rung, and hip stretch. Allow to move the ankle joint. And now we are going to flex the right knee, creating a good quadriceps stretch. Give a little pressure against the rung with your hands when you do that. All right. Let's move the leather barrel now and use the chair. So we have the handles on the chair, and place safely the chair. If you have a slippery surface, just put a yoga mat below for safety purpose. So we are into plantar flexion with one foot on the pedal and one foot on the chair. I am mobilizing my pedal ankle, and I lift myself up to climbing. Now I'm going to mobilize my pedal knee, my pedal leg for 2. Exhale, press 3, stabilizing my torso. So here we are really focusing on torso stabilization, and the mobility is just only on the left knee. And we have here 2 strong springs. Inhale, we come up, and exhale, we press the pedal all the way down, holding the handles, and switch now to opposite leg. Drop the heels down, drop the heels up. Left foot on the chair, drop the right heel down. Inhale, lift the heel up. Exhale, climb and align yourself into a nice long line. Inhale and bend your right knee. Exhale, press 1 and press 2. Inhale, bend your knee. Exhale, elongate. Keep pressing. So follow your breath. Press. So be very concentrated, stay focused on your alignment, and keep a good torso stabilization here. Come up, inhale, exhale, press the pedal with control. Hands on the handles, both feet on the pedal. Bend your knees and create a nice 90-degree angle here, heels on the floor. Ready for spread eagle. Articulate spine, tailbone to head, holding the handles, lift yourself up, 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 extending your spine, inhale. On exhale, articulate spine from head to tailbone and give yourself a good stretch. Inhale and repeat. Exhale, articulate, tailbone to head. No, it's just one time only, so sorry. So we did spread eagle only once. And now let's get ready for tendon stretch. So we have the same spring setup, 2 strong springs. And we are flexing the spine here, keeping the ankles plantar flex. Exhale, lift the pelvis up. Inhale, press. Exhale, lift the pelvis up. So here it requires quite good torso stabilization also. using your abdominals to lift the pelvis up, trying to keep your legs straight. When you finish, sit on the chair, keep your feet on the pedal, on the metatarsal, holding the chair behind you. Now we are ready to lift the pelvis up, and we are ready to work the posterior chain of the body. So we are going to lift the pelvis up, extending the hips as much as we can, tucking the hips, trying to stay into a neutral pelvis here. And it's an exhale to press the pedal, and inhale to flex the knees. 4, 5, 6, 7, press 8, exhale 9 and 10. Keep the flow, good, and then sit down on the chair and we place now, gently lifting the pedal and sitting now on the pedal. Feet are on the floor for triceps press. Exhale, lift your pelvis up, inhale, come down, exhale, come up, trying to keep a neutral spine. Now challenging variation with one leg up at a time and switch. Right leg, and switch. Left leg. So every time you can switch to one set or two sets or more, it's up to you, but just try to stabilize the spine as you do that. Now let's give ourselves a good hamstring stretch, relaxing the cervical spine, and then exhale, roll your spine up, up, up. Arms reaching up, lengthen up and arch, inhale. Now we are going to remove the handles. So removing the handles, if it's quick for you, just take this moment to take a sip of water. Alright, so now the handles are off. And we are going to change the springs now to one strong at the top, at the bottom, and one light at the top. So one light top, one strong bottom. That's it. Okay, now we are going to prepare to side lie here, trying to create a nice long line. Hips and shoulders are squared. As you exhale, rotate and flex the spine here. Inhale, return to a long side line. This is inhale. Control the pedal here, and now we exhale to regroup, rotate and flex, using the abdominals to come up. Inhale with control, pressing the pedal, returning to a long side line and allowing to open your legs to split and rotate toward the opposite side. Exhale, come up. Ankles are still crossed, as you can see. And then inhale, lengthen, and with control, press the pedal and split slightly your legs gently and rotate your head and upper torso toward the opposite side. So every time we are, you see, rotating the spine as we are pressing the pedal here, long line, and rotate while we extend the top leg. We come up and we exhale. We inhale. And then we slowly come up, and now we are going to place, to sit down on the chair, aligning the hips and the shoulders to square them and creating a nice stretch side to side for lateral flexion. Let's get ready now to work on the opposite side. So side lying first. So make sure while you side lie, when you are into this work, try to really focus on stabilizing your shoulders. Inhale, slowly return to press the pedal and splitting slightly your legs, rotating the upper torso. Inhale and then breathe out and roll up. Inhale to side lie and rotate. And breathe out to roll up sequentially one vertebra at a time as usual, since it's a spinal articulation. So the focus here is really to connect from the abdominals and from the hip flexors as you roll up. As you roll up here, hip flexors and abdominals working here. And then we inhale, opening the collarbones, rotating the upper torso, and then exhaling to slowly lift the pedal up with control. Inhale, pressing the pedal with control. A lot of control in this sequence. Try to be as precise as possible. Exhale, come up. Inhale to side lie and come up to prepare yourself for side stretch. Inhale, lengthen up and exhale, press the pedal to open your diaphragm, creating a good intercostal stretch and also external oblique stretch, lat stretch, a lot of stretch. We rotate and now we are going to, so with the same spring setup, pressing the pedal and lifting your legs up to teaser. So it's an inhale to press the pedal and it's an exhale to lift your upper torso up, trying to stabilize the legs as you mobilize the torso here. So this exercise requires good torso control and good hip flexor strength. Exhale up, pulling the belly in on every curl up. Okay, we bring the feet on the floor. We relax a little bit, relax your cervical spine, bend your knees, inhale, look in front of you, exhale, and roll your spine up vertebra by vertebra, arms reaching up to the sky, and relax. Good, I hope you enjoyed this session based on lat barrel and chair. That was a lot of stretch and also strength. See you next time for another sequence. Goodbye.